Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dark Trilogy, episode 12. Last episode I set up a little sorting system and ore processing line. It's been doing a pretty good job. I've went ahead and done a little bit of mining just to kind of give it a little test and run through. I've noticed a few minor problems. You guys will probably notice I've upgraded a few things as well. You guys will see I added some barrels here, mainly for like cobblestone, dirt, gravel, sand, and you're gonna notice I've already maxed out my barrel for cobblestone, so I need to go ahead and upgrade that. My rest of my cobble's been making its way into this chest, kind of my last resort chest. This is also another last resort chest, so we have two of those set up. I believe this actually has a sorting filter on the back, which I'm not sure what I wanted to sort into this just yet. And then this is just, what we had set up last episode. So went ahead and made a few more mod sorting pipes. We got Railcraft in there, Ender IO. Pretty much this is going to be Forge micro blocks and Carpenter's blocks like that. We got extra utilities and industrial craft there, and Botania and Natura. So my valuables chest-wise, it's getting pretty full. I've already compressed as much redstone and coal than I could. I know I could compress the actual ingots as well. Well, I say redstone, I still got a whole bunch sitting right there, don't I? But I think instead, I'm going to actually go ahead and upgrade this. I believe I'll need 6 pieces of gold, is that right? No, actually not. Just 1 piece of gold, 2 diamonds, and I'm going to need a little bit of glass for this, which I believe I needed exactly 6. So definitely going to have to get some more glass up and running. And this should give me a gold to diamond chest upgrade. So we'll go ahead and put that right there. Nice. So we got ourselves a nice chest here. We could actually upgrade this to a crystal chest. I think that would be kind of cool. And that way I know, well, obviously I know this is my valuables chest now, but that might be kind of nice, but I think I might need more glass for that. Let's type in crystal. So diamond to crystal chest upgrade requires glass and obsidian. Okay. Don't believe I have any other glass laying around at the moment, so yeah, I'll just have to get some processed up real quick. We'll just throw some here into the electric furnace and let that do its thing. In the meantime, let me show you guys what I've done back here. Went ahead and swapped out the copper cable we had set up last episode with insulated gold cable. Cleaned it up upstairs as well. Went ahead and finished getting the rest of the chests out from here and set this to output its power to the bottom. So that way we didn't have a cable running through the floor over there as well. Also went ahead and laid out the rest of my IndustrialCraft 2 machines here on this wall. Because I think what we're going to do is set up a little bit of thermal expansion right here on this wall. So as far as the ores that were making their way down here last episode, I think that had to do with this pipe going straight up. And then it was connecting to the filter pipe here and then going straight up. I believe, kind of show you guys like this. It's pretty much set up like this, and I had another one connecting these two together. So I believe the ores, some of them were like, well, let's go this way instead of going straight here to the gold chest like I wanted it to. So I went ahead and made it route through the filter pipe first. It has to, and if it doesn't make its way through this filter into this gold chest, then it can finish routing into our sorting system. And it's been working really, really well. So I think what I'm going to do is let this finish processing up. Probably going to go grab some more sand and try to get some more glass cooked up real quick. And then we'll go ahead and get started with a little bit of thermal expansion. So I'll see you guys back here in just a minute. And we're back. So I went ahead and collected a little over 10 stacks of sand. I made my way a little ways from base. There's a nice sandy beach here next to this volcano that I got a fair amount of our sand from. We already had a little bit stored as well. And since then, I've just been running it through the electric furnace, getting us a couple stacks of glass. So I got another stack finishing up in there right now. I also need to go ahead and upgrade that barrel right there for our cobblestone. I'm gonna try to do as best as I can to upgrade that barrel and keep as much cobblestone coming in as I possibly can. So there is ways we can also generate cobblestone, and I wouldn't mind doing that eventually, but right now I'm just gonna have it store what I collect. So I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and make a Mark II. Oops, I need the fence first. I forgot. We need another 6 of those. Keep thinking the sticks actually makes 4 of these fences there. Alright, so there we go. Should be the first barrel that I upgrade too. That's nice. So that's the first upgrade that'll allow us, what is that, 1 upgrade slot, and that'll give us 3 upgrade slots. So we got enough room for maybe another set of storage. So I also crafted up a stack of pistons. I know we're probably going to go through those fairly quickly. And this is going to give us a storage upgrade. So it increases the storage capacity by 64 stacks. We still got 2 upgrades left as well. Alright, let me go ahead and pull out the cobblestone from here. Put the rest of that in there. Looking good. So if I need more space, more storage, we'll just craft another one of those upgrades that I just made. So, alright guys, let's get started with a little bit of thermal expansion. We finally got our steel, so now we can start working towards crafting some of the actual basic machine casings, I believe they're called. So I'm going to grab a nice stack of steel. Let's grab, we'll grab a couple stacks of iron here. Maybe, you know what, actually let's just grab like a stack of redstone. And I know I'm going to need some tin for the tin gears. I'm going to try to make as many as I can. I know I'm going to need probably my hammer as well. Would not be a bad idea to go ahead and grab some wood for this case. And just for like the sake of speeding through this, because I know I'm going to need a fair amount of actual tin plates, I think, hold on, let's just double check. Let's go into thermal expansion. Now I really want to get started with the induction smelter. So for this, the recipe is going to be here on the last page. I need a basic machine frame. So with that we can use, there's a couple different types of tin gears. We can do the tin plates around the stone gear. And let's see. Let's just go to gear. Oops. And that might make things a little bit easier for us to see. So let's switch here. Alright, so there's our forestry from Minecraft one, the one we were actually looking at. The one for thermal expansion requires an iron ingot with tin plates around the edges of it. And wasn't there a third one? No, I think that was it. I could be overlooking it, but anyway, this is the one I plan on making just because a lot less steps. So let's go ahead and craft that real fast. I'm going to go ahead and take an entire stack of tin, convert it into the tin plates, and then I'll make as many of the tin gears as I can with this. Just because I know I'm going to need these later on, especially for all of our other thermal expansion machine needs. Alright, so let's make our way back to the thermal expansion page here, and induction smelter. Alright, so this is going to allow us to practically make ourselves, Invar. Darn you, Invar. Alright, Invar is not too bad. Just a little bit of pulverized iron, some pulverized ferrous, or we can actually use our smeltery upstairs. That's not a bad idea. I got a little bit of ferrous ore, which I don't believe actually works in the macerator. Yeah, it won't even go there in there. That's why I didn't have that set up right there. Alright, let's see. So I could do the ferrous. Let's see. Let's do 2 of those. And then we'll grab some iron. Let's see. So I'm thinking... Alright, so that's going to make 2. And it's a 1-to-2 ratio. 1 ferrous to 2 iron. So that's going to need... Let's see. This one's going to need 4, so we're going to need 8 pieces of iron. Alright. So it might take a few minutes to go ahead and get set up properly in our smeltery up here. And I don't know if I have enough lava. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and let this melt down real quick. If I need some more lava, I think we might have some relatively close on our map. Yeah, there's a little source right over here. There's a little lava fall. Looks like there's some over here next to this AE2 meteor as well. I'll go ahead and just run over there real quick and pick that up. I'll be right back. And just about done cooking up the last bit of the molten invar in my smeltery. Now, don't make the same mistake as I did with your advanced diamond drill, having it in the big holes mode, and trying to switch out your casting table with your basin and literally destroy your smeltery and everything inside of it. So, yeah, I'm a little bit lower on my invar at the moment just because of that. Now, whoa, that was a nice frame rate drop there. Okay, something's going on here. Anyway, that's done. So I got a little bit of invar that I need. Let's go ahead and grab that. There's still a little bit left in here. 3 ingots worth. Yeah, I already switched out of the big holes mode, thankfully enough. And let's go ahead and switch this out with the ingot cast. We'll go ahead and pour the last few out of here. Oops, not you. You go in there and then give me my invar. Yeah, I don't know why it's dropping frames like that. That's fine. No big deal. Alright, so there we go. We get our invar ingots out. Last 2, so there we go. 12 should be good enough to get us going. Alright, so I want that induction smelter. Once I get that crafted, we should not need to have to resort to our smeltery. So, why did I just click out of that? There we go. Alright, so let's get this basic machine frame up and running. So we got our tin gears, we got steel, we got glass. Let's go ahead and craft ourselves a good handful of these. I'm going to craft 8 of those for now. And let's see, our induction smelter, what are we going to need? So we need a bucket, we need invar, we're going to need copper gears, and redstone reception coils. Alright, let's grab some copper, a little bit of gold. That should be enough. I'm also going to go ahead and craft a handful of the induction reception, or these redstone reception coils. I don't know why I call them induction. But there we go. Go ahead and have those for later when we need them, because I'm probably going to wind up using those. Alright, so it looks like we're going to need the copper plates around either stone gear, or I'm guessing we can use iron just like we did with the tin gear. So let's use that one. So let's see, let's go ahead and finish up this hammer. And use that one. Alright, let's just go ahead and make a handful of the copper gears as well. And a bucket. We should be able to craft ourselves our induction smelter. So, oops. Do you not like getting shift clicked in there? I guess not. Alright, so there's our invar, copper gears, and didn't I just make a bucket? Okay, maybe in my mind I made a bucket, but I don't think I actually crafted it. Alright, so, oops, I already had a little bit of wood. Actually, no, I have a crafting table over here somewhere. There we go, crafting station, ready to go. Let's pop that down. We'll go ahead and set up another one right here, just so we have an extra set of, well, crafting. And there we go, induction smelter. Now, actually, might place him... right there. That seems like a nice spot. That'll work for now. We do need to start working on the power generation as well for our thermal expansion machines. Now there's 2 more I want to craft. I want to go ahead and start crafting towards the magma crucible and the fluid transposer. So these 2 should not be too bad to craft. Copper gears, we should have just about everything to go ahead and craft that right now. So bucket, machine frame, copper gear, a redstone reception coil, 2 pieces of glass, fluid transposer. Alright, so I'm going to place him right there next to him. And let's see what we need for our magma crucible. Should not be that bad either. So, looks like nether brick, copper gears. We have everything down here in the bottom 6 slots. We just need this cell frame. Alright, so I know we're going to probably need some more of these as well, these leadstone energy cell frames. So I'm probably going to craft a fair amount of these. So we need more glass. We need some lead, which I know I got ready to go. Let's grab a stack of that. How's our glass looking? Our glass is looking pretty good at the moment. And then we just need to craft ourselves a bat box. So a lot of these recipes are changed so that way we have to go through like most of the tech mods, they kind of work together, which is also why we're going into thermal expansion, because we really need to for a quarry later on down the road. In order to craft the quarry with the recipes changed, we need, industrial craft, we'll need computer craft, which also requires applied energistics in this case. Well, in this pack at least. Mine Factory Reloaded, which requires a little bit of thermal expansion. Some Mine Factory Reloaded, of course. And then thermal expansion on the sides. We'll have to get into a little bit of BuildCraft as well. So, just making our way down the tree here. And we just so happen to be at the thermal expansion road in my case. That's where I'm happy to be. Looks like I left off. I forgot. Let's go back in here. Thermal expansion. I'm on the magma crucible. I need that leadstone energy cell. So we need that bat box. All right, so I've crafted this stuff before. This isn't too bad to craft. I'm going to craft a little handful of these real quick off camera. Then we'll be right back. And 5 bat boxes. What? They do not stack. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. All right, there we go. We got those guys crafted. Let's go ahead and clean up the inventory a little bit, thanks to our nice little sorting system. And I should be able to go ahead and craft this leadstone energy cell frame. Unfortunately, it does not like to be shift-clicked into our crafting stations. So we'll just go ahead and manually make these real quick. Do these stack? Fortunately, these do. Yes. Sweet. There we go. All right, let's pull this out. And we got our leadstone energy cell frames. We should be able to craft that magma crucible now. Do you want to shift click in there? You do. Nice. I like you, magma crucible. You actually like to work in our crafting station. There we go. Things are looking nice. All right, let's go ahead and place our magma crucible here next to our fluid transposer. And let's start looking at trying to get a little bit of power set up for these guys. I also would not mind finding a chest. You know what? I think I'm going to dedicate this chest as well for our thermal expansion stuff along with Ender IO. So if I go ahead and start popping some of the stuff in here, it should make its way into here with it. Nice. I love this sorting system. All right, I'm really enjoying it. It's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and work on our power situation now. As far as power generation and transferring the power, I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to go with kinesis pipes from BuildCraft. So a little bit of old school meets some kind of new school. Kind of. I'm probably wrong on that. Anyway, we need kinesis pipes. So I'm going to craft up some probably quartz kinesis pipes. Might be a little too much iron kinesis pipes. 1280 RF per tick. Holy cow. Gold, 2560. All right. I was thinking about going with the quartz, but definitely considering going the gold or iron route. I didn't know these did so much RF per tick. All right. All right. And as far as like, I guess pulling it out, I think we need the wooden kinesis pipe. So we need the power input pipe. 320 RF per tick. These are not too bad to craft. We just need a little bit of wood, some glass, and a piece of redstone. So I'm probably going to craft a few of those. Should have everything on my person. All right. We'll do 8 of these. Boom. We'll have those for future use if we need them. And you know what? I think iron's probably enough. And we have a fair amount of iron. But I'm going to go with gold anyway. Because I need the iron for steel. And gold is doing all right for me right now at the moment. So let's go ahead and craft 32 of those. Grab ourselves half a stack of redstone. We'll combine these two together. That should give us golden kinesis pipes. Nice. All right, so we have a way to route power to our machines. We just need to get power generation. I'm also thinking I might go with a energy cell for power storage as well. That way we have a little backlog set up. Do I want to go with redstone energy cell? Whoa. Alright, that's changed. Electrum. That's actually not too bad, though. I can probably do that. That's just going to require a fair amount of diamonds to make. Redstone energy cell, huh? What's the resonant look like? Resonant doesn't look too bad. How much does that store? 2 million RF? You know what? I think that's good enough for now. Let's go ahead and start with a leadstone. We'll go ahead and upgrade to the redstone later on. So we already got ourselves a leadstone energy cell made. We just need the 3 pieces of copper and a redstone conductance coil, which we need electrum for. So 3 pieces of copper. We're going to need our induction smelter. And I'm going to have to supply a small amount of power to him just for a minute. So we need a little bit of RF generation. Let's go with a simple generator from extra utilities. A little bit of iron, a furnace, and a couple pieces of redstone. All right, let's go ahead and grab a stack of this. We'll set ourselves up with a furnace, block of iron. We should be able to just quickly put this together and supply it with a little bit of coal. I'm going to go ahead and use this little extra block of coal right there. We'll just have it connecting right there. As long as it's touching one of the sides, should work. So 4 minutes of 40 RF per tick should be enough. Why are you not going in there? Really? Interesting. Are you touching the wrong side? Alright, anyway, we have power transport. Let's do this. This should work, hopefully. There we go. So we got power coming through the pipes here and making its way into our induction smelter. Cool. Alright, so we need a little bit of electrum. To make electrum, we need to combine gold and silver. It should be a 1-to-1 ratio. So we're going to do, seeing as how we have 24 pieces of gold left on us, let's go ahead and do 24 pieces of electrum. There we go. Nice. There we go. There's some electrum, and that should be all we need right there. And I got a little bit of redstone left on me. Just need to make our conductance coil. Which, did I get that wrong? I did. Alright. We'll go ahead and make 2 of those. And let's head over here, grab our redstone energy cell frame. We could put, oops. Hey. I didn't say you could have both of them. Give me that back. Alright, let's get back to our cell here. Alright, we just need to craft him. There we go, leadstone energy cell frame. We got our invar from earlier. So all we gotta do is surround that like so, and that'll give us a hardened energy cell frame. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna set that guy up probably just back here for now. I think that's a good spot right there. And this should lead outside. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to set that up there. We'll right click on him, and the input we're going to have set up on the top. That's blue, which is this one right here. And we'll have that output. Where do we want to have this output? Let's have it output the bottom, which it's already doing. That's orange right there. That's what allows the export of the power. And we'll have this come out. Oops. Whoa. Calm down there, drill. Calm down. That should be fine. Alright, and I'm not sure if we need a kinesis pipe here or not. So let's just try the golden kinesis pipe. And by that I meant a wooden kinesis pipe. I don't know if we need one underneath the hardened energy cell or not. Hopefully not. And it's raining out. The sun's coming up. Let's just sleep through the night real quick with our sleeping bag just to get rid of the rain. That'll work. Nice. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and try to start setting up a little bit better power generation. So this thing's practically already filled this up. We already got our electrum made, which is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and set that up in here for now. That way all this knows to go into our valuables chest and ingots. Alright, so we could just finish hooking the rest of this up, the rest of these machines up with this furnace generator, but I plan on going a little different route. I wouldn't mind making solar panels from Solar Flux. These guys are pretty cool looking. They're not too bad to make either. So the basic one, Solar Panel 1, holds 50,000 RF and generates 2 RF per tick in the sunlight. So 2 is not bad, and they're pretty easy to make. You know, it just requires the mirror, which is a piece of iron and some glass. But then we can also use that to upgrade to Solar Panel 2, which generates 16 RF per tick. I'm going to go ahead and try to make my way up to the solar panel 3, 64 RF per tick. So we got just a basic machine frame we need, leadstone energy cell, the photovoltaic cells, which are not too bad to craft either. We just need more glass, so we need all of this glass. Let's go ahead and get some more cooking up in our furnace real fast. Alright, let's let that run. Let's grab some redstone, another stack of iron. We're going to need probably a fair amount of wood for this. So let's see how much we can just go ahead and craft real fast. So I'm going to need a bunch of glass, some iron. Let's go ahead and do that. Do 23, that gives us 46 mirrors. How much are you going to give me? So if we put these up here, redstone there, and then our wood around the bottom here, that should give us 15. Alright, so I wouldn't mind having 16. That'll give us hopefully 2 of the solar panel 2s, which is, I believe, was that 32 RF per tick? That's not too bad. Alright, so let's do this and that. Couple more pieces of iron. A few more mirrors. There we go. So there's 16 solar panel 2s. And if we jump into our thermal expansion into our IO chest, we'll grab a couple of these redstone reception coils. And then we'll surround those with our solar panels. That'll give us 2 of the solar panel 2s. Nice. We just need 2 more of those to get to the 3rd one. So I'm going to do a little bit of crafting real quick. And hopefully we'll have enough glass for that as well. So I'll see you guys back in just a minute. And a little bit of crafting later. We have ourselves 16 more solar panels. Alright, let's go ahead and grab those. Surround that by our redstone reception coils. Will give us 2 more of our solar panel 2s. Now we don't have to upgrade this to the 3rd one. Obviously these each generate 16 RF per tick. 16 times 4 is equivalent to 64. But, you know what, I feel like it. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And it's a little bit more compact, I guess. If you want to save the space, you know, it's all worth it. So if you want to save the space. We just need a little bit of glass, a little bit of lapis, and a few more mirrors for our photovoltaic ones. Alright, so let's do 28. We already got our iron ready to go. We need some lapis. Let's grab 30 pieces of that. That should be enough, hopefully. And let's do like 12 of these. Well, 8. Well, no, actually we need like 12, don't we? We don't need 12, but I'm going to make 12. There we go. And then I believe that goes there. The glass is going to go there. Then our lapis. So we just need 3 of these for now. And I got a few extra mirrors for in a minute. Alright, so there we go. Let's go ahead and place these on top. That gives us the solar panel 3. Awesome. So let's set this guy up outside. Hopefully it'll start generating us some RF. And maybe right here. Will that work? Alright, so let's go ahead and break that real quick. Pretty sure we can just use... Okay, good. We can just use our diamond drill. Looks like we're going to need our wooden kinesis pipe after all. I'm just going to set that guy up right there. So there we go. We got power making its way into our hardened energy cell. 64 RF per tick. Not too bad with a little bit of solar power. Only runs during the day, of course. Not too bad. And just going to... Not you. Don't do that. Okay, apparently we can't right-click on him. So we're just going to have to use whale at the top, I guess, to see. No internal storage at the moment because it's all being transferred out, but we do have an internal storage capacity of 850,000 RF, which is really nice. It gives us a little added storage bonus. So that should start powering all of our machines down here. See, hopefully. Alright, looks like we are going to need that wooden kinesis pipe right here. So let's place that there. Are you going to be able to start exporting your power out now? No. Why are you not doing that? Oops. Stop that. Don't do that. I'm pretty sure we want that on the orange. Stone control's fine. It's building up power. It's definitely making its way into the energy cell. It's just not making its way out. I'm actually not sure why that's doing that. Hold on, let me check out the kinesis pipes. Thought this would just allow it to work. Selectable limiter pipe. Emerald kinesis pipe. Power input. Could do that. I got a fair amount of emeralds. I don't mind trying that. Switch kinesis pipe. I'm not sure if that's gonna. Not sure what that does anyway. Alright, let me see what I can't do real quick, guys. Alright, guys, we're back. I think I goofed up a little bit. The reason why it's not sending power is because, well, this machine's already filled up with power, and these two aren't hooked up yet. So let's go ahead and hook those up. Power's being emitted out, finally. And I also went ahead and made the emerald transport pipes just to, you know, try to see if that was the problem. Thought maybe the hardened energy cell was outputting 400, and this only uses 320. So we might go ahead and just upgrade this anyway to the emerald kinesis pipe since we have it already. So there we go. Plus, it looks pretty cool. I like the way that looks. All right, so now we'll be able to utilize the max output of 400 RF per tick to our machines, and they should be starting to fill up rather nicely, except for the fact it's nighttime. Let's go ahead and sleep through the night real quick. That should be nice. But guys, I think that's gonna about do it for now. We got ourselves a little bit of RF generation set up. We got ourselves a little, you know, power supply storage and set up there. We got induction smelter ready to go, fluid transposer, magma crucible, and next episode, I think we'll go ahead and get started using these machines. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comments section down below. If you guys would rate the video, I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.